gentlemen and a small percentage of ladies. I'm heading out to a little community called Bayshore here in Wilmington. It's been raining for, it seems like 1,000 years here. It's drizzling here today just a little bit, but I'm trying to get this job in. We'll see what happens. If it starts raining a little bit harder, it might not go as well. Heading out to, I put a picture on Instagram a couple weeks ago of a horrible braze joint. We're going out to fix a leak on another braze joint and replace a braze joint on a connection on a pretty new Goodman unit set, I think last year. So you guys come along and see how we do and see if we can even get this thing in today. Alright guys, so here's our stuff. There's our nasty braze joint. Right there. It's leaking down here. So we're going to cut this out as well. Cut this joint out, put a new piece of copper right there. Fix it up. So I'm gonna get to work pumping the unit down. These Goodman units have reversing valves that are energized in cooling, so I wired it our red and our orange that goes to the reversing valve together because it wasn't energized already, meaning the thermostat upstairs is off. And I don't feel like walking all the way upstairs. So I just wired them together, and I can turn the power on, depress the contactor, and pump the unit. We have our section of copper cut out, as you can see. There's an internal piece of copper that goes quite a ways inside of this pipe. A swage will fix this problem right here. See, it's kind of messy. It didn't leak. It just looked like something that should be replaced because it might leak. Especially from, you know, look around the bottom compared to the top. It's pretty bad. So we're going to put in a new piece of copper and braze it up. Guys, I have my copper fitted up. I've taken out the valve cores. I'm going to hook up the nitrogen to it so I can braze it up. This one here, I have to kind of finesse it a little bit because it's already been brazed. So I'll catch up with you guys on the flip side.
The day is done, the battle is over, and I bid farewell to another setting sun. Heading back from another long day, give to the small ones all that remains. And the lights go down, and the streets come alive with the laughter and love that fuel for my life. I smile through pain with the help of $1, 'cause the world don't slow whenever you falter. So fight to keep every sister and brother, and in the end, all we have is each other. And the lights go down, and the streets come alive with the laughter and the love, the fuel for my life.
We definitely messed up that joint. I'll get some of that crap off of there.
You were trying to say you're sorry. I was trying to say it too. Trying to walk the line. That's all we can do. Good woman to me now. I'm a good man to you too. Why we gotta play this game?
test that one out. Guys, we're all welded up. I put some sandpaper on that joint down there on that liquid line, cleaned it up a little bit, and it seemed to take. It's not the prettiest braze in the world, but sometimes there's some debris, or I've noticed some manufacturers use a different kind of solder, and if you don't heat it up and clear it out of there, sometimes you can't get your silver solder to take. I'm not quite sure what happened in this particular case, because Goodman is not one of those guys, and that's not a location where that would happen anyway, so I'm not quite sure what was going on. But we're pressure checking it now. We're at 225 pounds. I'm gonna get the bubbles out and check these joints I've made, and then we'll move on to the vacuum. Bubble all the joints. I'm letting the nitrogen off now so we can put the system into a vacuum. Guys, I've let the vacuum sit for about 2 or 3 minutes, and it's kind of sitting there at 708, 709, so it looks like we're good to go. No leaks. Happy. And I give it another minute to sit there, and then I will start charging the system. Let's work on profiling. We have refrigerant 410A. We have a heat pump, cooling, fixed orifice. 13 to 16 SEER. It's a 13 SEER. Standard evaporator. We'll wait for the superheat whenever we get started, and we're 1.5 tons. So we're good there. We're going to start things up and let it run for a few minutes. See how low she is. You can see, guys, 54 and 166 is very low. This is 410A, so it's extremely low. I'm going to go get my 410A so we can go ahead and start recharging it. Guys, we still are running a little bit lower pressures even though we're approaching our target superheat. So I'm going to double check our airflow upstairs and see what we got. Then we'll double check. I think I put our fan speed all the way up, but I'm not positive I did that. Here up at the air handler, and you see as soon as I take the pleated filter out, our pressure goes up, but I'm still going to check the air handler at the lower speed. Okay guys, we got the fan speed set up on high. Our superheat's a little above the target, not a whole lot though. And both of our pressures are below target. So we're gonna add some refrigerant. I don't think we're gonna be quite where the targets are. I think we're probably still gonna have a low airflow issue that we're gonna have to deal with in the very end of this, because the same people who raised this thing up like a champ did the ductwork too. So I'm sure it is not as good as it could. A little bit closer in there on the superheat and pressure. Pretty close indeed. Probably about as close as we're going to get this thing to being correct.
We ride it high and we ride it low, and where we end up only God knows. We've been in the clouds and we've been in hell, so why do